Hey, it's Gritskrieg and Crutchboy from Busygamer.com, of course, because if you're seeing the video, you're either on YouTube or on our site. We hope you're on our site. We're here at PAX in Seattle, first day of the Penny Arcade Expo. Just got done with the press preview, where we got to go in and play games for an hour and a half, basically, before anybody else got to. Some of the stuff that we covered today was, well, of course we went, both of us are WoW fans, so the first thing we saw when we walked in was the Blizzard booth.
They wouldn't let us take any pictures, but we might have some. Maybe.
Know, from a third party.
We got to play the Goblin, and what was the other one? The
Wolvar.
Check out all the racials on those. See how it's going to overpower the game next time.
It's gonna just totally, I mean, everybody who started off with an orc or an undead or whatever, once the Blood Elves and the Draenei came out, we got screwed. I can hold my breath for a really long time.
We were really surprised that the Blizzard had a playable version demo of Cataclysm when BlizzCon was just 2 weeks ago. Whether that happened where they had that there, I don't know, but we were pretty shocked that we could actually log in and play around as the classes and do the starting missions and their little starting areas. That was cool.
So we'll probably have a little bit more of a write-up on the impressions that we had about the WoW Cataclysm. The other thing we checked out was Diablo 3. One of the new playable classes is the Monk. Very cool, very cool. StarCraft 2, of course, is up and running at the on the convention floor. So we've seen some pretty cool stuff so far today, and we're really happy. Now, of course, we had to swing by the Bethesda booth,
which looked awesome.
It did.
The setup is like looks the coolest. And I sent it on Brink. That was that's
it's Brink, but Brink. With the other one was Wet. We sat in. I played through a couple of levels of Wet and talked with Avi Winkler from the programming team, programming and development team, who had a lot to say. So we'll be writing some about that in the upcoming post. And of course, the one game that we set out to look at while we were here was Mass Effect 2.
And it's strategically right when you walk in the door. Yeah. Like the display is ginormous of the your dude.
You can't miss it. John Shepard up on display for the world to see. The playable demo was very smooth. Looks like the combat's going to remain relatively the same, but it looks like there's going to be a ton of new weapons. Also looks like you're going to be spending a little more time on the Citadel for some of the adventure. So Mass Effect 2 from BioWare. And EA, that's coming out. Now, another thing that we saw over at the EA booth was APB. Now, if you haven't heard about this game, it's going to basically be Grand Theft Auto on a massively multiplayer scale. Now, the designers were hesitant to call it a MMO because there's not really leveling. You have basically what items you have access to is based on how many missions you've completed, how much time you've spent on the game. There's two factions on the regular servers. It's enforcers and criminals. The enforcers are basically the police of the APB world. It looks like it's looking very smooth. The firefights between, basically what we saw was the designer driving around in a car. There were firefights going on like catwalks above the street. There was guys like getting in shootouts with the cops getting in shootouts with the criminals.
There's two factions. You can be police, which is the enforcers, something like that, and did you already say that?
Yeah, I already said that.
Sorry, I was daydreaming for a moment. Okay.
So, yeah, we didn't see there doesn't appear to be a playable demo of APB, but
talking about the PvP area. The PvP servers?
No, I hadn't mentioned that yet. There is what they call the Chaos servers, which is basically you can do cop missions, you can do criminal missions, anybody can interfere with your missions. Essentially what it looks like is once you choose to do a mission as an enforcer or a criminal, if you get into a section where the other team, other faction, decides to join in, instead of you fighting against computer opponents, you'll be fighting against real live players. So that was another big one that we saw.
Stop calling me. Damn it.
So then of course we swang by the Dungeon Fighter Online by Nexon America, looking to it's shaping up to be a pretty good game. It's a kind of a dungeon crawler, but it incorporates arcade aspect.
Very arcadey.
Very arcadey.
Side to side scrolling.
Side to side scrolling. Multiplayer. You can basically chain together attacks to make basically do some devastating moves. It's going to have arcade mode PvP. You're not going to jump onto the server and, you know, just start PvPing against hundreds of people, but wow.
Persistence. Put you on silent.
So one of the main reasons we went by there today was to see Rob and Haley from CoinOp TV. We wanted to see their presentation. They did a great job. We golf clap you.
And we got our shirts.
Yeah, we got some
cool dungeon.
Pretty cool swag so far this year. Got the.
I think we've looted 5 shirts in less than an hour.
Yeah. So there's the Dungeon Fighter Online. We both got a wet T-shirt. A T-shirt from the game Wet. We weren't actually in a wet T-shirt competition. That's moobs. Don't want to see them. But that is basically what we have for now. Of course, we'll be writing some stuff up later next week. But look for our next broadcast probably here in about 3 hours, 4 hours, and then probably the after party video when we're back in the hotel room being stupid.
Censored version.
Censored version, yeah. We're not. No, you don't want to see the uncensored.
How do you turn this thing off? Make it stop.